Hello and welcome to Mail Rail. You're about to explore some of London's hidden underground postal railway. I'm Andy, your guide today, and I'm joined by Ray Middlesworth. Hi, Ray.
Hi. I worked here as an engineer for 27 years, keeping the trains running. But not just any old trains. This unique narrow gauge railway was designed to carry mail, not people. So if you're feeling a little cramped, that's why. And although we have a driver today, the original mail trains were driverless.
It was a huge network of automated electric trains running right under central London, carrying mail between main railway stations and sorting offices much faster than along the congested streets above our heads. And it's amazing to think construction of the railway began as far back as 1914, with the tunnels dug by hand. Work was put on hold during the First World War, but when the railway finally opened in 1927, it cut the journey time across London from a few hours to just 30 minutes.
It was an engineering marvel. Mail rail ran almost non-stop, night and day, for over 75 years until 2003.
As we explore, we'll be going back in time to see tunnels, loading platforms, and a few surprises. We'll be at our first stop in a few minutes. The platform you're about to see looks much as it did on the day it shut down in 2003. Ray, can you describe it for us?
When mail rail was running, this platform would be a hive of activity. You'd see people playing darts between the trains arriving, guys conversing back and forth and wheeling work up and down. It was a noisy and lively place to work.
Ray's going to tell you more about life working on the railway as we take a trip down memory lane through the many decades of mail rail.
We're under Mount Pleasant sorting office, heading east to Whitechapel. It was hard work down here, but we all thought we were part of something important. There was enormous team spirit. We seemed to get ourselves in the news a lot in the 90s. It didn't hurt that Bruce Willis made a film down here called Hudson Hawk.
This unusual railway network connects 6 postal districts across central London.
In the 80s, we had our 60th anniversary. Along with that, we had a new brand and finally some new trains. I'll tell you 2 things that sum up the 70s. Postcodes made life a lot easier, and strikes made life not so easy. Swinging 60s. Those World Cup stamps sold out after England won. There were a few celebrations down here that summer.
The crew of the British Airways Flying Bird Clare makes ready for the transatlantic flight to New York, which marks the...
In the 50s, air travel became much more common, and so did airmail, and that meant even more of it travelled along mail rail.
Consequently, this country is at war with Germany.
The railway was bombed several times. This station suffered the most damage when it was hit in 1943. Amazingly, the railway was back up and running the very next day. That reflected how vital the railway had become.
The tunnel off to the left leads to Liverpool Street Station, where mail was transferred to the main railway network. Further down that tunnel, it looks like a maintenance crew is checking the flood barriers. Don't worry, everybody. Just a power cut. Ray, can you explain?
Power cuts happen from time to time when the railway was operational. We could draw power from the next station along to keep everything running. And of course, us guys in the engineering teams always kept the trains and track in good order.
OK, on we go. Now, let's go a bit further back, to the early days in the 1930s. Then there was no email, texting, or instant messaging. Whatever the message, it was sent through the post. So there was a lot of mail to move. Trainloads of mail arrived at every station, every few minutes, with less than 60 seconds to unload and reload. Let's follow a few of those letters. This is the Colonel. He's writing to the famous poet W.H. Jordan at the GPO Film Unit. This is Kathleen. She's keeping in touch with her sweetheart in the Navy. And this is Mary. Her letter is very special because it's going to a princess.
Darling Bert, that Navy is keeping you away from me for far too long, and everyone says a war's coming. I do hope they're wrong.
Dear Mr. Auden, I feel compelled to express my admiration for your work on the recent film about the night mail postal train.
Princess Elizabeth, I am sending you a birthday card because my birthday is on the same day. I hope you will enjoy living in Buckingham Palace. I wish my daddy was the king like yours. Does he wear his crown all the time?
Birmingham, Nottingham, Woking, Southampton.
A raw line or so. Must be important. In you go.
Every day. Please read this one. Yours sincerely, Mary Reardon, age 11.
I look forward to your next production with keen interest. Keep up the good work. Yours sincerely, Colonel Arthur Bingley Crouch, retired.
Must go now, or I shall be late for work. Those frocks won't sell themselves. Take good care of yourself, Bert, my love. Kisses, your sweetheart, Kathleen.
So those 3 letters all got delivered quickly and safely. And so did the other 4 million which travelled along mail rail each and every day.
You could say that mail rail was the beating heart of the British postal system. I hope you've enjoyed your tour of London's hidden postal railway. It was unique, and I loved being part of the great team keeping the railway running.
We hope you'll enjoy exploring the rest of the exhibition just as much. Goodbye.
Goodbye.